So I just need to get some of that water out of there because the ground is so hard, it's not even soaking into it. So this one here done pretty good. So, but by the time it's all said and done, they'll be right around 36 inches. So in concrete. Okay, so the way this bracket tree works, you've got basically an L bracket. There's a short side and a long side. The long side is what goes on the bottom. And you've got two on the bottom and one on the side. And that's what this piece here goes into. And let's show it here. You can kind of show it. Camera there.
Has a bump right there,
for
notch right there for one nut, and then down here at the bottom for two.
So you can kind of see as it's, hopefully the camera's getting this, but that one slides in, turn it around,
angle it whichever way you need,
and you only need to go about halfway to about right there. And the reason you only go halfway is because the other pole, like this one here,
will go on the other side.
Yep, exactly. So you got the two here on the bottom, you got the one here on the side.
No. Come on.
There you go.
It's an angle.
Here, let me get
I'll let you do that.
It's got a little burr on the end of it, so.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's on me.
Maybe you did the burr. Snug that up.
But it's not chilly out though.
Snug that up. Snug that up. And
do the whole process over.
There. There. And there. And the same thing. See there, when you get it together, it butts it up nice and neat. So now, once it's done, you can see there, all together. So this part here, we were basically just kind of lining everything up with the long parts hooked up to the cross beam. And we had to have the canopy up because, man, it was hot from the sun. Anytime the metal would be in the sun, you go to touch it, it would just almost burn you. So it took a little bit to get everything nice and cooled off. So you can see how the end here goes, and they designed that really smart so that when you're setting this whole thing up on your mount, this can be at an angle. You can just kind of set the panels on there, and it keeps them from sliding down any further. So that's really genius. But the way we're doing it, you know, we always do everything backwards. So the ground mount is still wet from concrete. But anyway, so we've got the bottom here lined up nice and true. So to do the middle pieces, it comes separate like this here. It goes through, and you've got this little angled nut. It's smooth on the back side. I don't know if you can really see that very well, but on the front side here, or the top side, it's got teeth that locks into the channel. So what works good for me, I just take and spin this around there just a little bit, and when I go to put it in, let me show you. So you just kind of set it in there, and as you tighten it down, it pulls through, tightens up. So like right here, up there, that one, then I'll take and slide the panel that way. It's hard to do this one hand, but I'll get a little bit better angle here. As I tighten it down, it locks into the channel. You just push down on it, and look at that good line all the way up through there, nice and straight. And all I got to do, I'm only using this just to get it set a little bit faster. Then I get my Allen wrench, snug it up. And voila, then you can, it'll focus. You can see how it's kind of locked in there on both of those. It's got a nice contact, good and smooth, and then you can see how it's going here. Got a uniform gap all the way. So okay, so we got to open this up. This is the charge controller, basically what controls everything. Make sure the sticker's down good. So you can see that's for the solar panels. Those are already hooked up. It's for the battery, which I'm not going to have battery. That'll be coming from the well pump itself. And this is tank full and well, I believe, unless I've got them backwards, but I think that's how it is, because you see a T for tank and then W for well, I'm assuming. So all right, I got your speed and timer, which I kind of read a little bit on that, can't remember exactly, but we're not going to mess with those things at the moment. So we're just going to hook up our the well pump, and then we'll take and hook up the solar panels. And this is going to be kind of a temporary setup just to get the pump pumping, because as it is, those are all still setting, so the concrete's not quite set yet. So it's only been there for a few hours, and I don't want to take any chances, so I'm gonna let it set. Probably tomorrow I'll take and put it all on there and mount the solar panels. But for right now, I'm just gonna run the wire from the bucket out there, run it over here to the controller, onto this, and hook the solar panels up. and we'll see if we can get some power and get water coming out. So that's the ultimate goal right now. Just make sure everything works good. So I had to pause it to look back at what my colors were. I hadn't had a pen to write everything down. So, and there's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just you have a wire that has number 1 on it, a wire that has number 2, and a wire that has number 3 on it. And whichever color you select to be any of those is what you pick. So I just chose the options that I did and went with it. Not a right or wrong way to do it, as long as you have everything the same. Okay, this is going to be the well low sensor. So with the well tank, or not well tank, but the well level, it doesn't matter which wire it is. It's one or the other. I'll make sure to strengthen this back a little more to get some more length there. Alright, so sorry, I kind of got my hand in the way here, but it's simple. It's just going in. And when you're putting wiring in, if you're much into electricity, electrical, whatever, you always put it to the side where when you tighten it down, it kind of pulls the wire around or with it instead of pushing it out. So okay, so there's that and that. That's got those all taken care of. So as it is, all we got to do now, technically, is hook up the solar panels. So
That should be easy.
yep. So I'll just kind of close this here up. And like I said, this here is just a temporary thing to get it where we can start pumping water and make sure the well pump works, because I had help last night when Casey was here, and she had to get to work this morning, so we figured we'd go ahead and put it in last night and have that part all done.
Do I need to start unwinding these?
We probably need to take and get some room cleaned out underneath here, and you may lay down underneath there, or we can take and
I'll lay down.
well, no, it's pretty nasty in there. Let's take and see about moving the panels out. So what we need to do now is pick up this end here, and then once we kind of get up, then we can take and move it around. So come over here, Charles. You do, baby. Grab it right here. We're lifting up.
Oh.
Ready? No, don't grab the panels. Don't grab the panels. Okay, so now we're going to pick it up and turn it. The panels are when they face that way. Understood?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'll keep on the front part.
All right, 1, 2, 3. around some more. Move these guys around. One, two, three. All right, Charles, I've got this. What I need you to do is get this cable back there. As he's backing up, you're pulling it. Doing good. Just keep on coming back. Stop right there. Okay. Move the water hose on out, please.
Okay, how do I help?
Now let's see how well this sits on the truck. Get out of there, Caleb. What's it sitting on? Metal frame?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
This
Now-
side's not touching the metal frame. That's just that one spot.
Oh, it's adjusted.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to take it back up. We got to undo the wiring, and you start doing the wiring.
Oh, you don't have to have it up while I'm undoing the wiring. Because I can get underneath.
Okay.
But I just need to shoot some.
I'll go back inside.
Thank you, bud. That's all we need. Start undoing them. Make sure they don't touch the dirt.
You have some scissors?
Is that what it takes? Don't pull.
Ties.
Careful not to cut the wire.
Yeah. We have some spare wire, but still, it's not the point. Dave, can you cut the top one?
Yep. Here's the moment of truth. It's kind of temporarily hooked up to make sure things work. We'll see what happens. So we've got everything there. Ran up this way through there. That's sitting that. And that's hitting direct sun. So let's see what happens. There we go. And then we switch it to solar. There's juice. It's got power. It's got to run through its checks. The pump, it engages the pump already. See what happens. You hear anything yet, Caven?
I hear
Okay.
Listen, put your ear to it.
Let's move the.
Put your ear to it.
Nothing yet. It's got
But did you hear it?
a little bit. It's got 200 and something foot to. Get your head back in case it shoots water. It's only going to be about 5.5, 6 gallons per minute, but.
Where'd my head go?
Oh, now what's it saying now? MPPT, so it's flashing. Oh, looky there. We have water. That is, oh, that's dirty. A little dirty, but we have water. Looky there. Looky there. Oh, hallelujah.
Pump works.
The pump works. So let's get something to kind of... Looky what we have. It's on a temporary setup, but hey, we have water. Maverick, boys are being silly, huh? Slow down, slow down.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pour it on. Let me help you out there.
So this morning before church, we put the water hose in there to see how it would do. And that right there would have been a devastating sight before yesterday or before today, seeing water on the ground. Because we've been having to haul water for 2 years. We have not had water on this property. But now we have a well. And the boy, this has been running today. There's just a little bit of sand down in there, not much. So it's good enough to go in our tank. So the boys are wanting to step into the water. So go ahead, guys. It's amazing what water does to brighten the morale. Well, haven't been doing much of the process. I mean, it's just kind of a straightforward thing. You dig hole, you put pipe in, and you connect pipe. But we're getting there. So I got those setting up past the well. So right now we got the 2 water lines, which one will be going to the tank from the well, which in turn will fill our tank up. And the other one will tie in here, go over there to the main water line from the well pump house. The pump thingy, the technical term. Anyway, so it'll go there, tie into that line there. That way we've got water that will go all the way back, pressurized water, back there and cut across as well too. We got a couple of different spots. We have some spigots, so. But we got the bulk of this done. Now we got one more line to do, and that's going to be the electrical, which will be the sensor from my dirty finger, the charge controller there for the well pump, which in turn will go in here, and whenever the tank gets full, it will kick the pump off. So, but that's kind of what we got going so far, and it's hot today. I don't even know what it is, but it's got to be 98 to 100, somewhere in there. So, but anyway, that's what we got going so far. So here is kind of a after the fact thing. It's been so hot that it's been kind of hard to record because the camera would overheat and shut off. So it's just been kind of doing everything and doing what we can. So, but you can see it's a little crooked right there, but I'll straighten it up as I go. I'm just kind of covering things up. Anyway, so it's been really hot, but anywho, I've got as I'm going, I'm kind of getting the lines where they're a little bit separated, and and nice, uniform, neat all the way down. And when it goes there to the well. But anyway, so we've got it where it's in through there. You can kind of see here where it's going there. But right here, I've got this line here is just kind of sitting here right now because that's the one that's going to be my supply line. It'll go over this way. There's Maverick. But anywho, we're going to go, that line there will give us supply out that way. I got a couple different spots. I got one area which is going to be our orchard, and the other one area for the chickens, our chicken coop. But come up here, we've got the one line. So we've got the main supply line that comes from the well pump into there, into the tank. And that takes care of filling the tank up. And this other line, right there, that one goes to the controller for the tank full sensor. And I'll show you a picture of that later. But I got the sensor in here, probably somewhere around this area here. And that's got it where I think it's what, 2,000 there. And then, was it 2,500 is there. So I'm thinking that's probably around maybe 2,200 gallons. Because if you look from there to there is 18, was it 18? Yeah, 1,800, 2,000. So I've got it around that area there. So it'll be around 2,100, 2,200 gallons. That'll last us plenty good. So, it's having a hard time focus. But, so that's kind of what we've got done so far. It's been so hot. It's unreal. But we're getting there a little bit at a time. And once I get all that all covered up with the pipelines, you can kind of see there I've got them equally spaced. And once everything's all done all the way down, everything looks good, I'm satisfied with it, then I'll take and get the tractor and with the bucket and push all the dirt back in there and then level it. But it's been running for a couple days and no leaks, so I'm good with that. Granted, though, I didn't check the pressure line, but I'm sure everything's good there. I'll probably end up hooking that up maybe next couple days or so, but I'm not going to fill this thing in just yet, just in case I got to pull the line out. But that's that. There's what we got so far. Well, this is how my day's been going. Working on getting those lines there all in to the trench, over, I gotta straighten those up, but over to the well pump and the solar panels. So just getting these kind of covered up, getting them spaced out how I want so they're not touching each other, and cover them up just a little bit. And down there I've got some more. I'm gonna do a little splitter off of there to run another spigot over there that way toward the cows and stuff. But another day. It's hot.
Ducks are enjoying the aftermath of the rain. This is about 2 foot deep. It's the trench we dug to put our water lines from the well that's right there all the way to our holding tank. Some of them just aren't brave enough to get in. Oh, there went one. like I couldn't touch the bottom. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun.
Well, it finally started drying up enough from the duck pond, and we've got a couple spots where we put dirt in so we can, move the hay and things over. And then I was able to dig this other little trench for a water line over here, and just tied in supply line from the pump from the house. Had a couple spots where I checked and everything good overnight, no leaks. Water spigot there. These over here we'll take and get that done up. You can see there, just elbow and up and over. Same thing with the water spigot there out for the chickens. So it's getting there, closer. It's got to run the electrical basically from here down over, and that'll tie into the electrical from the pump. So we're getting there. One more step closer.